Welcome back. The latest Fox News electoral scorecard showing that the battleground map is shifting in Donald Trump's favor as Clinton still holds an electoral vote advantage. So which states are the ones that could make all the difference? Here to break it all down for us, our political panel, Democratic pollster Jessica Tarlov and GOP strategist Ford O'Connell. Thank you both for joining us this morning on Election Day. We've made it.
It's great to be here. I have to admit with both of you.
Well, we appreciate you being here. And Ford, since you said that, I'll let you start.
So That's not fair. I'm happy to be here, too.
That's right. You'll get to wrap it up. So be the procrastinator for us.
Look, I'm as pro-Trump as they come, but when it comes to the electoral map, I'm one pragmatic dude. All eyes are on Florida and North Carolina. He has to win those states, and if everything goes right for Trump and he wins Florida, Ohio, North Carolina, and Iowa, he's got a simple problem. It's a math problem that brings him to 259. The question is, where does he get 10 or 11 electoral votes? If everything's going well for him, then the eyes go to Nevada, New Hampshire, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. Michigan and Pennsylvania may be Hail Mary passes, but if he lands it, he will be the 45th President of the United States.
Well, he does seem that he has a shot in Michigan because that's where he wrapped it up this evening, Jessica.
Yeah, I mean, Donald Trump has gone a lot of places that he hasn't had a shot. Listen, I think it's smart. I think his message does resonate there. We saw that in the primaries. You know, this is a place that, according to him, was, ravaged by NAFTA. So, talking about his anti-trade, anti-free trade message or the smart trade deal that he will be devising as a president is a smart move. I mean, I just don't see him getting Michigan and Wisconsin, which are his new targets there.
Well, with respect to Michigan, here's what you have to watch in that state. What is the black turnout and what is the mix of the white turnout? If the white turnout tends to be more white working class, it very well could be in play. And look, I'll tell you this, the best polling I've seen this entire election is what stops Hillary Clinton goes to. And when she goes backwards on the map like she's doing right now, one thing is clear is that Trump has the momentum. But again, can he get to that magic number of 270 electoral votes?
What do you think about that, Jessica, though? That being said, what do you think about the places where Hillary Clinton and her camp has gone in these last days of the election? Does that surprise you? Do you think that they planned that they would have to do that?
Yeah, I actually think that they did. And they also have so many fantastic surrogates, which Donald Trump doesn't have. He has to go everywhere himself. You can send Mike Pence out. I guess he can send Rudy Giuliani out. Hillary Clinton has the president. She has Joe Biden. She has Michelle Obama, who I think is her greatest surrogate at this point. Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren. She can go back to these places. And it's important to go to states that didn't have early voting to make sure that you hammer home your message the night before. One second, Ford. This in-person thing is interesting to be cut off live instead of with you in D.C. So I think it's important, and I think it's very Clintonian. She wants to be sure, all the bells and whistles here, to make sure that she gets these people to turn out. So I don't think it's reflective of being scared. Obviously, Donald Trump has done better in the past few weeks, but I don't see it as such a negative.
You could also argue, though, Ford, that she needs to drum up that enthusiasm and use those surrogates. Also, she brings on Jay-Z and Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Bon Jovi to get those big crowds and that enthusiasm going.
The enthusiasm gap favors Trump. And to Jessica's point, if they were really happy right now and doing an Irish jig, on 6th Avenue, they'd be talking about winning Georgia and Arizona. They're not. And they do understand that if they can win Florida, North Carolina, or Ohio, they're not going to win Ohio. I'll predict right now that Donald Trump is going to win the state of Ohio.
I think he's going to win Ohio, too.
But what I will say is if they win one of those two, then she probably cuts off his path. But the fact that they're worried about every other permutation and combination tells you right now that Trump is on the offense. And whether or not he has great surrogates or not, the point is you're voting for Donald Trump or you're voting for Hillary Clinton, and that's the point.
And what about the African-American vote? Because there are reports that it's down.
Certainly in North Carolina, it's kind of the state to watch where that's going on. They've had issues with voter suppression laws, and it's a big national conversation about
or enthusiasm.
It could be enthusiasm. I think it's more likely. With the number of times that Barack Obama has been in North Carolina, I don't see it as much as enthusiasm, but difficulty voting and getting to the polls. But the Obama coalition and the Hillary coalition are different. I mean, Obama was young people and African Americans, and she's looking at a Latino and female coalition, right? And I mean, we have to watch the women vote here. I mean, Donald Trump is losing white college-educated women by upwards of 30 points, a group that Mitt Romney won by 6.
And I think that's actually that's the hidden vote in this election. It comes down to married white women. If they turn out for Donald Trump, he's the 45th president of the United States.
They don't like Donald Trump.
It is Election Day, so make your vote count. Thank you both for joining us, and we will get your take as the votes come in.